Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Chrissy T. I am back with a review on Baddies East episode 9. So the episode starts with the continuation of Miss Piggy getting her beat down and then challenging Biggie to a run-up. Because as we saw last week, Miss Piggy was afraid to do her own run-up. And that's why she summoned Biggie to do the run-up. Because she knew if she ran up, Biggie isn't an easy target. She knows that Biggie can give her a run for her money. So Biggie finally accepts the run-up challenge and she rushes towards Miss Piggy, only to be met with a kick in the belly from Miss Piggy. DJ Sky style, because we know DJ Sky, her signature move is the fly high kick in the air. And that's exactly what Miss Piggy did to Biggie. So Miss Piggy continues to taunt Biggie, yelling, "Get your lick back," and begin imitating Biggie. And after the two go back and forth, she tells Biggie, "Go unpack, bish." And she said that because she knew she just got her ass handed to her and she was tired of fighting Biggie. So she was trying to play nice. So in the midst of that, T walks in looking lovely and in a better mood than she was before, obviously, because she's feeling better. So she speaks to everybody and then says, "Hi, Rollie." And Rollie said, "You came to start ish with me today?" And T said, "Well, did you come to start with me today?" So Miss Piggy said, "No, I'm going to sit this one out because I just got my ass handed to me by Biggie. So I'm just going to sit this one out." So then Miss Piggy out of nowhere says, "Somebody get this bish a Band-Aid because I think she bit herself." Miss Piggy bit Biggie in the arm with her teeth. She sunk her teeth into the skin of another person. That is disgusting. And she took things far. How are you going to bite another person? Ew, that's nasty. So she should definitely be reprimanded for this because that's dangerous and toxic. Because if her breath is as bad as they said it was, there can be chemicals in her body. Yeah, I was very disgusted by that. So yes, she should have went to go get a tetanus shot and then also make sure there's no toxic chemicals in her body. So T is going around the room and she's speaking to everybody, honey. And Rollie asked her, "Where was his energy yesterday?" And she was like, "Well, I was sick." And E.T. dusted behind, said, "You was on that crack." Girl, what? And T was like, "Your mama." Now T, those are fighting words. And it's almost like you're asking for an ass whooping. So be prepared, be alert, and stay on guard because E.T. wants any reason to whoop your behind because you're an easy target and you just gave her one. So E.T. was like, "Yeah, because you was tripping yesterday." And T said, "Well, you were staring at me." So they going back and forth. And T is unaware that Scarface is preparing for a run-up because she put her hair in a bun. Because she was ready to go in T's mouth. But T wasn't on guard and she wasn't expecting it. She wasn't alert. She was paying no mind. And E.T. ran up on her. She did try to punch her, but she was punching the air. This is secondhand embarrassment because so many people wanted E.T. to be on this show. And she's not giving anything. She's given, "I'm a weak follower. I'm doing whatever I can to fit in. You're being whack and desperate. You ran up on T and did absolutely nothing. That's embarrassing because you're not living up to the hype. And you're overrated." So after this little tussle that they had, E.T. feeling herself, honey. So she's going around asking everybody if they have a problem with her. "Are we good? Are we good?" Girl, sit your thirsty behind down. So now we see Natalie in her confessional saying Biggie bombarded the house. Girl, no, she didn't. So she said Biggie bombarded the house. So now her and the OGs, along with E.T. and Mariah Lynn, are going to another house. And then Rollie is yelling to Biggie that she's a replacement, not an OG. So on the Sprinter headed to the new house is Miss Piggy, E.T., Scotty, Natalie, and Mariah Lynn. So Mariah Lynn is being fake, okay, giving Miss Piggy her flowers for kicking Biggie in the stomach and biting her on the arm. Like, you thought that was cute, Mariah Lynn? That's when you know you have lost a fight, when you have to resort to biting someone. And I hope the chemicals from her breath don't penetrate that girl's skin and she ends up with toxic shock syndrome. And Rollie is so delusional because she thinks she wins every fight when she doesn't. So now we see the other girls in the other house, and they're asking Biggie what is her beef with Miss Piggy. And T was saying that the issues with her didn't have to happen at all, and I agree, because she don't even know these people. There was no reason for her to be ambushed by 3 different women in one night. And she was like, all she did was sit and be pretty. And Smiley asked her if she felt like she was targeted. And T said, yeah, she was definitely targeted because she's the prettiest bitch. You are not the prettiest. I'm sorry. You're very cute and pretty, but you're not the prettiest, though. So that was definitely a reach and a stretch. Did she really just say she was the prettiest in the house? I couldn't. In the midst of 5 other women? She's delusional. Maybe the hit in the head from Miss Piggy got her mind acting crazy for her to think she's the prettiest person in the house. However, I do think the beef with her, E.T., and Miss Piggy was fueled by jealousy. I mean, it came from the horse's mouth. So Anna Max says she ain't feeling Biggie and says she's mad annoying, and her voice can be annoying, but she has good energy. She's fun. She ain't always trying to fight, but yeah, she's very annoying. But I'd rather take her over T. What y'all think? And Taseki is saying the same thing, that she likes Biggie. She's a vibe. She has good energy and she's misunderstood. And I agree 100% with her. So now we see the OGs arrive at their new house. That entire clique right there, they're boring and corny. So the house is a lot better than the other girls. So Miss Piggy is still carrying around that damn pillow for her behind. So they saying T was acting weird. Now, we didn't see this at all. Only thing we seen was her being sick. And her face was a little bit tore up because she's sick. Was she supposed to be smiling and being all happy, being sick? The girl was ill. So then Scotty talking about she's going to be a bully to a girl. In order to be a bully, you have to have some hands. And that you don't have. Because you always run up just to get beat down. And you look ridiculous every episode. And being a bully isn't cool. So Mariah Lynn and Scotty, they're reenacting the fight between Miss Piggy and Biggie, and then between E.T. and T. Both fights were just tussling. It wasn't really a fight. It looked like there were children having fun. That's what it was giving. It wasn't really a fight at all. But for her to sink her teeth into a human being, that's a different level of disgusting. And then the girl was bleeding from it. So, okay, that's enough of that. I'm just getting grossed out. So they are getting ready for a club appearance. Honey, T shows up and then bounces, honey. And I can't say I blame her. So Natalie upset and says she better get it together because they're stronger as a pack. That would be true if she wasn't standing alone by herself while a group of people watch her get ambushed by 3 different women in one night. I would have left too, because no one came to her defense. Y'all all stood around Miss Piggy. So technically she was standing alone, and she's standing alone tonight. I would distance myself from all of them, honestly, because they are all fake. And I think Taseki and Camille may be the most authentic in the group. Still a little fake from both of them, but the most authentic, if that makes sense. So now they leave that club and they're headed to the second club. And on the Sprinter, Natalie's crew is so dry and boring. While the second bus, they're having a good time. They're having fun. They're just sitting around there like statues and just so boring. So Mariah Lynn, once they get to the club, Mariah Lynn noticed that Smiley was twerking in a skirt and was appalled because she just had a miscarriage. She can twerk if she wants to. It's not like she had an open wound and she was bleeding out. I really thought she had something to say, but you're more offended by her twerking after having a miscarriage than you are of her beating the hell out of your sister and stealing your jewelry. Go sit down, girl, because you could have kept this fake outrage. Go have a seat, please. And I know one thing, next episode, you better get your jury. So then next week, Anna Mac is threatening to slap the piss out of Biggie. There's another house meeting. You know what that means, another fight. And Miss Piggy and Smiley are arguing, and it looks like Miss Piggy will be getting her third beatdown. I also want to add that Mariah Lynn is playing both sides. And I know a couple of weeks back, Miss Piggy had mentioned that Mariah Lynn approached her and told her to watch out for Taseki because she'd be looking at them dirty. Now, I didn't believe that. But now to see the way she acted on this episode, I honestly believe that she did give Miss Piggy a warning to be careful of Taseki. So she can't be trusted either. Just fake. Natalie is another fake one. She can't be trusted. And Scotty is so far up Natalie's ass, you can't even see her. Her head is like literally in her ass. So they're already filming Baddies North, and I won't be watching because I'm sick of Miss Piggy bullying Natalie. I don't like her behavior either because she's fake and she set these girls up to fight. Yes, it's entertaining, but no one wants to see people getting bullied. Yes, we see them fight, but we never actually see them get the bag. This is what the show is about, getting to the bag, and they have never gotten to the bag yet. I mean, Natalie's getting the bag. I mean, she's rich from this. Rollie, you're not getting your show, so you can hang it up. And that is all for this review, recap, summary. I will see you guys next week.